Judgment Day has finally arrived for Britain's fund industry, with the UK regulator concluding its 2-year investigation of the market. The Financial Conduct Authority today signalled it will push for many radical changes, including overhauling how fund managers charge investors and regulating the powerful investment consulting industry for the first time. But do the proposals go far enough? I spoke to 2 experts on either side of the arguments to help explain the changes.
I don't think it's a victory for retail investors. I think it's more a victory for institutional investors, because retail investors are still not going to be able to see their fees, for example, and performance in a way that's understandable and can make them have better outcomes.
I think it's a very sensible, pragmatic report. There's a lot that needs to be done afterwards, but I think it sets a good path forward. No, not at all. I think actually it's a recognition that the industry is going through a huge amount of regulatory change, and yes, there are additional things to continue to be done, but there is an acknowledgement that, you know, there's a lot being done already.
I think it's quite shameful that the FCA is now still kicking things into the long grass, because they should be very strong with the industry and say, you are not putting customers first, and you really should do things now rather than more consultations, more working workshops, and it really is not good enough.
I don't think necessarily that these changes would have a direct impact on asset managers' profits. I think asset managers just generally are very cognizant of being in a competitive world and creating good products. So I think if you're doing that and you're doing it with the best interests of your clients, which is what the FCA paper says, then I think you've got a good way forward.
I think asset managers have got their heads in the sand slightly, in that they don't the average asset manager profit margin is about 36%. But when people start to see how much they're really paying, and they're seeing what performance is after fees, asset managers are going to have to either answer to their clients, or they'll see movement of money, and that will impact on their bottom line.